I want to start on a serious note and then end up on a lighter one. By the time I'm finished, you may find a pun in there. One of the greatest sources of anxiety I have is being forced into social events. People making small talk, people talking about TV shows and TV news nonsense, shallow conversations about shallow topics of zero value to me. Oh no, not again. Even though I doubt I will eagerly think of attending a party, there are some things that can be done to turn this sour lemon into fresh and sometimes even delicious lemonade. Here you are, suddenly yanked out of your blissful place of solitude and shoved into a group of people. What can you do? I always reserve the right to leave. That is never off the table. I'm not a prisoner, and I have no obligation to be tortured against my will. I will give it my best shot to hang around, but if there is a deal breaker in the gathering, I am gone. Start by ascertaining the noise level. If there is some blaring, obnoxious noise that could only be defined as music by a mind as odd as Dolly, there is a TV blaring away, and it can't be ignored, I am already late for the door the instant I set foot into the room. I don't even spend time in a hospital waiting room where a TV is going. I wait in the hall. Electronic garbage amplified to the point of requiring me to raise my voice in order to be heard is a deal breaker, and I will vacate the room. I may wander in the halls or out into the yard all by myself, and that's just fine with me. I enjoy my own company just fine, thank you very much. Let's assume the noise level is tolerable. It is low enough to where you can ignore it, or they're playing real music like Mozart or Beethoven, or maybe even some mellow old school rock. Then the challenge is the crowd itself. Now, I have enough couth to say hi to anyone I actually know in the group, and I will do a quick, "How are you?" "I'm fine" exchange. But unless the ones I know are up for something more than small talk, I migrate to a richer hunting ground, out towards the edge of the group. Someone who is all alone is very likely to be another introvert. One of the things that is universally true of introverts is that they about something. It may be an introverted plumber who is thinking about a job he has done or has lined up. It may be a doctor who is thinking about a patient he is treating. It may be an engineer, a philosopher, or a music buff. Just because someone is introverted doesn't make him a genius, but it does mean he's got something to talk about. Something in his head that he finds interesting, and I have found that almost anything that someone else finds truly fascinating is worth discussing with him. There isn't a person alive who doesn't know something that I don't know, and if he is willing to share it, I'm willing to give it a go. It's a rare gathering indeed where I find no mind willing to talk about something truly interesting, where the topic is more important than the social interaction. Even most of the ones who are engaged in small talk have some passion in their lives that you can pry out of them. A passionate person talking about something serious, and you have something worth listening to. Oh, you can search out a quiet wall dweller and strike up a conversation, or trigger a passion response from one of the main herd. As long as the one you are working with doesn't have a head full of air that needs to be changed, there is something there you can discuss. What sort of things will trigger a passion response? Questions. I love questions. When I was teaching, I found that the best way to bring a wandering mind back onto the topic I was covering was to ask a question with his name attached to it. What is the maximum pressure you would want to allow in order to run a beam of pure boron to your target wafer? Okay, that will only pull in a rare breed of fish at the party, but you can hit broader areas. Ask a question about computer speed, artificial intelligence, medical uses of DNA information. Have you heard about Planet 9? Why is water denser liquid than is a solid? How tough is it to get to the moon, really? Why is Denver a mile up from sea level? How would things change if we could create 95% efficient solar cells? Are underwater cities practical? Why are the continents made of granite but the seafloor is basalt? And what difference does it make? Why does commercial AM radio travel farther than FM? Why do we still use vacuum tubes for some applications? What makes the X-rays in an X-ray tube? Do you know how a CAT scan works? What would you do if you were a ghost? Start with questions about major fields of study or areas of art that interest you. Look for a shining light behind the glazed eyes when you ask general categories of questions. If you hit pay dirt, work that category. What is it this person likes about that topic? You probably like libraries, if you're anything like me. Well, here you have a room full of people and each one is a book with its own story to tell. You just have to find out how to pry open the cover. So, we have covered simply disappearing, and that works in a pinch. We have wandered the walls and found interesting introverts to talk with, and we have dived into the abyss of small talkers and pulled out promising candidates to share their passionate topic with us. It takes care of my approach to gatherings in general. However, I have one more little trick that I like to use. I hit my adolescent years and found out that girls were really cool, but way out of my reach. I developed a skill that would open doors. I was never looking to play the field. I just wanted to find a mate. I discussed this already in the INTJ sex and mating video. But to find a mate, I needed at least a girl or two to choose from. What worked for me in high school was music. I found I could get up in front of a group and play and sing. And a lot of other people liked it and asked me back to play more. One thing I sometimes do at parties is to perform for the others. This has a double benefit to me. First off, I don't have to make small talk. I am focused on my music, and for a couple of hours, I am all by myself on whatever passes for a stage, just me, my guitar, microphone, and amplifier. I am at peace, and no one is offended by the fact I'm not socializing with the group. The second good thing is that I have a lot of feedback from others that they enjoy the live entertainment. They are happy, and I am happy. It's a win-win situation. As an example, I will tack on a song at the end of this I did a few years ago for my wife. She has a web page and it is dedicated to weight loss, and it's called D.W.L.Z. A few years back, it was really popular, and a few dozen people came to our gatherings that we called a conference. My wife had a ball visiting with all the attendees, and for one of these conferences, my contribution was writing the words to an old tune, originally done by Chuck Berry, as the Beach Boys used the same tune for Surfing USA. What I did for the conference was to play my guitar and sing for the group. One interesting thing that happened was that one of the highly extroverted attendees enjoyed the song so much that she got up and led a conga line as I was playing. Sometimes extroverts can be really cool people. Thing that is for sure, INTJs find a way to cope, and sometimes it turns out really well. I will see you next time. Thank you for listening, and I will close with the song.
Well, you heard of the webpage, DWLZ. Well, it's getting real hot now, from sea to shining sea. Over 31 million have dropped in to see what Dotti's got cooking at DWLZ. They're coming in from Texas and Massachusetts too, from way down under, and I'm telling you, though the pounds are dropping and it's clear to see, things are jumping at Dottie's DWLZ. Now 30,000 are lurking or posting every day, talking to each other, supporting all the way. And here we are at the conference, and everyone can see how things are jumping at Dottie's DWLZ. We're counting our points now, we're drinking water too. We're all on a journey, our weight loss skies are blue. We're climbing that mountain, just come and see how things are jumping at Dottie's DWLZ. Things are jumping at Dottie's DWLZ. Yeah, things are jumping at Dottie's DWLZ.